Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Not That Complicated. It's Tasia.
Jametra.
And Morgan, hey guys.
Hello, everyone.
What do you do? What do you do? How's it going?
Another week.
Another week.
Another week.
So glad this week is over with. Not even gonna hold y'all.
Same.
Whew.
I feel that way every week, not go hold you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready for the icebreaker? The icebreaker
Like
is
that I
since everybody was so ready for the week to be over, you have to say something positive. What was your favorite part of the week?
Morgan, you can go first.
Not sure I don't have a favorite part.
I gotta think about it. My favorite.
Well, I'll go first. My favorite part of the week was today. I didn't have to drive an hour to school, and I got to buy me candles today. I got 8 candles for $60 because I had a coupon.
we love a deal.
That's lit. Yeah, I didn't have that coupon because I don't get the mail in. I only get the email. My mom's like, yeah, I got a $20 coupon. I forgot to use it. A 25 something. She said some percentage or something off. She said she forgot to use it. But I'm gonna steal that one because honestly, yes, that was probably the best part of my day as well. Because most of the morning, I didn't really do much because I had an optometrist appointment. Then I went and got me some candles, and I was chilling the morning half of my day, and that was so blissful. I told the people I'm gonna be gone for about an hour or so. Talk to y'all later. Talk to y'all later. And I was good. I was having a grand time. Got 10 candles.
And another thing, look at my. Oh, you can't see it. I play Sudoku. It's just.
Have you never played it before?
No, I have played it before. I played it a lot, but I just started playing again this week.
Oh,
and I don't know.
I love Sudoku.
I'm addicted at this point.
It's so good. It's a fun game.
I don't know what.
It's a good way to exercise your brain.
How y'all be? You guys just anyway.
You don't like that
know
game?
What?
Someone I know plays Wodoku, and I don't know what. I think that one has letters. I don't know, but they were up there.
I can't spell, man. I can't spell to save my life. That kid. I would lose. And I cannot spell.
Okay, but they're just be telling them real complicated descriptions.
Sounds like Scrabble.
Yeah, I can't fucking read either. You should hear me saying it. Yeah.
What you gonna do?
I was say it's just gonna have to take some muscle memory practice because I'd be like, the fuck is that?
Oh, what the fuck is this?
I would say I'll probably just go with today. My grandma asked me if I wanted to ride with her to the mall, so we had quality time. Yeah, girl. So I introduced her to Shake Shack.
Okay.
She said she likes it. Yeah, she likes it. I was like, hey, girl. She said it's a what? It's a shake. A what? I said a Shake Shack. That's what it is. Shake Shack. She said a shack, Shake Shack, girl. So
yeah. She did it. She did not.
Today was cool. I didn't really work too much.
That's good. Yeah, same.
Love that for me.
Love when that happens. Love that. All right, now it's
gonna get drunk tomorrow. I don't know yet.
Do it.
I'll probably
What's stopping you? I was saying, do it. What's stopping you?
Because I'm behind on my schoolwork.
Oh,
it's looking like.
Well, if you do it if you do all your schoolwork in the morning,
maybe
the faster you get the schoolwork
done,
I
think she's being realistic with herself.
Yeah.
If she knows she's not going to get up
all the affair with the school stuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay. Well, maybe you could save it to Sunday. Not the schoolwork, the drinking.
We'll see.
Perhaps.
Sunday fun day. Sunday fun day. All right, let's go on to the pop culture. What you got for us this week, Morjan?
Well, Portia, right? Okay, boom. So, Portia's Family Matters premiered this week. And I think gearing up to the premiere, it was set to be the show that would kind of clear some things up, give us a better view into the aspects of her current relationship with Simon. Last name can't pronounce it, or no, can't remember. Really can't remember how to. That's what that is. I think it starts with a U.
It's Gubadia.
Starts with a G.
Gubadia.
Gubadia. Simon Gubadia. And I think that kind of backfired just because from the pilot, and also I didn't know it was a season. I thought it was like a special, kind of like Candy gets like a special, but she said this season on. I said, oh, we're gonna keep going. Okay. From the pilot, I got nothing. No clarification was really given to me simply because all she really did was confirm that the rumors were indeed true. She didn't want us to feel any way about it because you're saying you got engaged, the papers weren't signed, so he's married. Got it.
But I don't buy that storyline because the streets are talking and saying that they've been dating since September. Yeah, since September. That's what the streets saying. So in my head, it doesn't make sense for her to not already be married. If it's just this whirlwind thing, or at least have a date to be married. If it was literally if it's like this whirlwind thing, how did as soon as the ring come, it was like, oh wait, let's get to know each other. That doesn't make sense to me. But if y'all have been dating for over a year now, not having a date would make more sense. You know?
I feel like she said that they knew each other for like a month before he proposed, which
it's
and also on her book tour, she just recently went on the Tamron Hall show and spoke about their relationship, and basically Tamron asked her when was their wedding date, and she had nothing. It was giving crickets. She said that they haven't set a date and that they're still dating, which confused Tamron because she said you're engaged to be married, which she is. And then she tried to give this spiel about, oh, we're courting and we're dating. Sis, that's you're backwards.
That's different things.
You're backwards.
Two different things.
That's what you do before the ring. And then she tried to make it seem like it was like you don't date your husband. That's not what that is. That's not. Let's not make two things that are not true. Let's try to make them congruent because they aren't. So I just feel like she's confused. I don't think this relationship is healthy. Honestly, I'm gonna just say that.
And I'm just a fucking weirdo.
It's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah, he's weird. He's a weird person. Like
I was supposed to watch it before we filmed today, but I forgot. I don't really know.
Watch the interview. At least the interview because that's like 12 minutes.
Yeah, that man is so creepy. But I also want to say justice for Lauren because Portia got that girl about to have a stroke because she don't know all the lies. Portia then told everybody different lies because one thing I do want to bring up in the show, it was the question of how did her and her grandfather meet? And this man said that, he said she went into his DMs after she heard about the divorce. She said he slid in her DMs. Come to find out, she slid in his DMs. But when this all first came out, she said that Dennis and Simon knew each other, and that's how they were introduced. And but now on the show, they're like, they don't know each other, and Simon's trying to be even more weird, and I don't assert his dominance.
So maybe the Dennis and Simon thing was a cover up. Maybe they were just saying that to save face, like, oh, we knew each other because of them, like this ain't like blah blah blah. But then obviously now they're kind of trying to tell the truth now and say, okay, well, this is the real DMs and direct messages were exchanged.
Which is like, why were what?
She wanted that man.
It was a whole story because she posted that picture, how they came out. She posted a threesome picture of them, and it was like
Mother's Day.
It was like their Mother's Day picture, which now come to find out, she had gotten engaged literally right before the Mother's Day thing. So Dennis didn't have a chance to cancel it, and he didn't know that Simon was coming. So she like ambushed him with Simon there in an engagement, and she's like, "Well, you got a man. Why am I planning your Mother's Day thing? And then now you want me to take a picture with y'all? So what was he supposed to do? Make a scene in front of everybody?
No, absolutely not.
Right. I would just stand there and take. I ain't gonna lie. If they had, I probably would just stand there and take the picture too. What I'm supposed to do? Like,
mm-hmm. I don't know, child. I wonder why she's so like. What's wrong with her? If everybody kind of is on the same page that she was dating him while he was married, what's the big deal? Why don't you just say that?
That's what she's trying. She's trying to say they were done being married, because now, like, even in her,
but they weren't. The papers weren't signed. Okay, they were separated. Cool. We'll just say that then. If you want to go on semantics, why don't you just say that?
Yeah. And everybody's really trying to clear their name, like, because even when Fallon, even though now she's not talking about it, but when Fallon came and did her interview, it was a whole bunch of lies too. So everybody was trying to make themselves look good, even though everybody did something. Because I think even the story, I think even the story Portia is telling is a lie, because they now how they met is he announced his divorce. And so she split into his DMs because she heard from a little birdie that Fallon was pregnant. Girl, how did you hear that Fallon was pregnant? She had literally just gotten pregnant. If she gave birth like last week or something, maximum 2 weeks. She just recently gave birth, which means she got pregnant in like early March, February. That's when they announced their divorce, in February. So how the hell? She didn't even know she was pregnant. How did the birdie know?
Right.
That doesn't make, she was
just using that
to get pregnant. Yeah. Like, so it doesn't make sense. So whether even her story now is like, girl, that does not make sense. And then even in all her episode, in all her every interview she want to go on, and she was like, and I just want to say that Fallon just had her baby, so congratulations to her. What is that? This has nothing to do with B.
That whole interview was cringe.
Literally, Fallon having her kid does not absolve you of anything. It just further proves to us that she had a boyfriend and he was out in the streets with you. Right. Like, that's just what it is. Hello, just admit it and we can all move on.
Yeah, I think people would not care anymore. Like, if you would have admitted it months ago when all this broke out, that you was fucking on him while he was married, separated, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
we would have forgotten about it.
Fallon does have a baby by somebody else, so obviously she was moving on.
Exactly. So no one would have faulted. I'm gonna say no one would have faulted, but it wouldn't have been like a like.
Yeah, it was like, you trying to run around town, spreading the gospel. Save the life. Save it.
Save it. Save it. All right. So my pop culture is also directed towards like TV as well. So if you're not familiar, Selling Sunset season 4 just came out last week. And so I finished it already. And so on this season, the way it's framed, I had one about the season because it was very much.
I'm on like episode 4 or 5.
Okay, no spoilers. What I didn't like is how this season is really focused on one thing, one topic. They just keep talking about it and they will not shut the hell up. It's like there's nothing else to talk about. Like, come on, guys. But without a spoiler, at the in the season finale, essentially everyone is like, it's Christine versus everyone else without what's that other girl name? Vanessa, she's in the middle. But it's essentially like Christine versus everybody else. And just the way this whole season was framed, I was just like, y'all are trying so hard to make Christine out to be the bad girl. You guys are trying so hard to say that she's a bitch, she's a mean girl, she's this, she's done all this to you, she's ruined your life, she kicked you when you were down. But this entire season, y'all are exactly what y'all say Christine was to y'all all those other seasons. And this new girl, Emma, they better watch it because she is giving very much new Christine. And I was just like, y'all doing all of this to prove that someone was so evil. And in the process of you trying to prove that someone is so bad, you yourself are turning into what you despised. And I was just like, that doesn't make, like, why can't y'all just move on? Like, Christine wasn't even in the office because she just had a baby. Like, why are y'all talking about it? Like, y'all could just move the fuck on. There's no need. Chriselle is annoying as fuck. She actually gets on my everlasting nerves. She's a fake nice girl, and I can tell. Like, this season let me know that Chriselle is not as giddy, nice, like, as she portrays to be. She's not that girl. She is not that girl.
Okay, feet.
You said what?
All right. When she was at the restaurant, she was like, "Does the shrimp still have the feet on it?" I said, "Mm-mm."
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
There's feet on it. Yeah.
Not the feet. Don't do that.
The feet.
I'm on like episode 4 or 5, so I'm right at the part where like Emma's just getting into the office. I will say in prior seasons, Christine has also been like a self-proclaimed like bitch, and she's
never tried to pretend that she wasn't.
Yeah. I can agree with you, like from what I've seen so far this season, that she is the topic of discussion a lot. And I guess I'll just see how that progresses throughout the season. But I do think that it is always interesting when people turn into the same thing that they so-called despise. And I don't know, I just feel like, okay, when you meet someone, like especially like with Vanessa, when someone new is coming into an environment and there's already tension in that environment, and they're coming to you and like you're meeting them, and like your first inclination is to go down the row of everybody in said environment and say what you like, what you don't like, blah blah blah. That's messy. Like,
that is messy.
Just be like, you talk about yourself. I like this. What do you like? Oh, there's like blah blah blah. Like, I don't feel the need, or if there's, I would just try to be positive. If I have something negative to say about someone, I just won't say that to that person, because I would never want to be responsible for them having, a false perception. Like, have your own experience. I mean, because for me personally, if no one in the situation owes me loyalty, I don't care how you feel about somebody I don't like. Like I said, unless you owe me loyalty, then I'm side-eyeing. But besides that, I don't care how you feel about somebody I don't like. That's not my business. Not my monkey, not my circus.
Facts. Boom. I just thought it was just very interesting. I don't know. And it's just like the talk. Okay, yes, Christine, I'm rewatching because, people have this they have this strong dislike for Christine. So I started back from season 1 because I couldn't remember. I'm like, what has Christine? I couldn't remember anything Christine actually did other than her be a bitch. She's a bitch. Okay, yeah, she might have been a mean girl, kind of hazed hazed Chriselle in the beginning. Oh, okay. But also outside of that mean girl mentality, everything else she does in the workplace is just how a man in the workplace would move. She don't got to be friends with y'all.
But just
quite frankly, she doesn't.
Just because that's how a man would move does not make it right.
But I don't think it's wrong either. She don't got to be friends with them people. She can be cordial, but she about her money. She go in there, she get herself, she do what she got to do. She don't got to be buddy. She's nice enough to them. She do be messy. She do be messy. I'm not going to say she not messy. She do be messy. She do be talking shit. She's nice-ish enough to the point where they talk to her. They talk to her in there.
I just didn't like, because I just started this, and it really rubbed me the wrong way when she was like, when everybody was trying to console somebody who lost the deal. I don't know all these white women's name yet, but somebody lost the deal, and everybody was they was like, oh, it happens. They were trying to say, and then here she comes. Well, it is her fault. Ma'am! What?
Relax.
Well, yeah. She does say things that aren't necessary. I do wholeheartedly. Like, there's things I'd be like, okay, Christine, now you're just being bitchy. Like, did you have to tell that girl it is her fault? Like, she already feels like shit. Like, even if that is the truth, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say everything that comes to your mind. So yeah, no, I'm not saying she's not a bitch, but I also don't always necessarily think bitch is a negative thing per se for me. People put a negative connotation to bitch, and people perceive someone as being a bitch as a negative thing. But if you a bitch, you a bitch. And she knows she's a bitch.
It's negative. Because
Sometimes
most of the time,
everybody got a
people
little bitch in them.
no, because most of the time these self-proclaimed bitches, these people who that's their attitude, they mostly only do it to women. And it's like, yeah, okay,
points were made.
yeah. So they'll never act like that with a man. They just do it to me. To women.
I'm just blessed that I don't really have any of that in my environment. The people in my life love and support me. Positive energy. Nothing but love and light over here. So love that
Like
for
you
me.
said, nothing but love and white. I was like, really? White?
No, love and light. Love and light. I don't.
Wait a minute.
I have been
Is there something you want to
delivered
tell
from the
us?
shackles of that. Oh no. Mm-mm. Nothing right over here. Not even my car no more.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, with that being said, let's move on to the episode. All right. So, if you cannot tell by the title of today's episode, we are talking all about everyone's favorite word or phrase or what is it called? Like, what are those things called when like you're having a conversation? Trigger word? No, not that trigger word. What is it?
Catchphrase?
No, not a catchphrase. It's like something where people, they just say these words, like certain words, even though they don't know what they're talking about, and they just spew out certain words. It's escaping me right now. What do they call that? When people just say certain, like when people are having conversations, they just say like,
well, that can't be trigger words.
No, it's something else. Maybe it'll come to me. I can't think of it. But it's usually when people are just saying, they talking a whole bunch of bullshit and they just saying these certain words. Fire words. No. Trigger. No.
Fireworks.
Fuck. I don't know. Anyways, so we're talking about cancel culture. And I did do an episode over a year ago. It's actually episode 4. Yeah, that was over a year ago. So if you want to, this is when it was just me. So if you want to hear my solo thoughts, things might have changed. We don't know. I asked myself, had a different type of discussion with oneself. But now that it's a group, I think it would be really nice to hear everyone's insight. Okay, so I'm going to first start off with the definition of what cancel culture is, so we could all be on the same page. We probably have formed our own. I'm pretty sure we all know, but just so the listeners, we have a clear understanding of what we are talking about today. So, cancel culture, a modern internet phenomenon where a person is ejected from influence or fame by questionable actions. It is caused by a critical mass of people who are quick to judge and slow to question. It is commonly accused by an accusation, whether that accusation has merit or not. It is a direct result of the ignorance of people caused. What is this sentence? It is a direct result of the ignorance of people caused communication technologies, outpacing the growth in available knowledge of a person. So, boom. Cancel culture. That's what that is. Okay. So, the first question is, how do you feel? How does it make you feel? How do you feel about cancel culture in today's climate?
Yeah,
people are getting canceled left and right.
I feel anything.
I feel like cancel culture is only a thing now because we know celebrities more now. Mm-hmm. Because back in the day, they dropped the album and that was it. There was no Instagram, there was no Twitter, there was no reality show. There was no all of these extra shows where you got to like see your faves like real personality and like hear their personal thoughts and all that. And I feel like over time you get to see more and more and more and more out of modern day celebrities, which adds to learning more things about them, which adds to cancel culture. When it comes to cancel culture, I think that there are very valid times where it has been practiced, especially when it comes to sexual abusers, just people who are violent, people who take advantage of other people. So that's fine. But I do feel like cancel culture can get a little biased and just frivolous, I would say. Sometimes where it's just like, oh, we just go cancel this person just because we didn't like that tweet. And it's like, okay, but did they really do something wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely, no. So, whatever. So, I think it can get a little frivolous, but I do think that there have been moments where it was appropriate.
Yeah. And the reason I say I don't feel anything about cancel culture is because it's really like, it's so subjective. Somebody could be canceled in my life, and some people have been canceled in my life. But a lot of the times, a lot of the outrage to other people, like some of the more famous canceled people, I didn't consume their art anyway. So,
but when it was like R. Kelly, who's made all these classic songs, produced all these classic songs, written all these classic songs, not only just for him, but other artists, it just be like,
yeah,
like that was one of those where it's like, okay, like you actually have to put forth effort if you're really going to cancel this person. I feel like some people weren't on that level to where it affected like a lot of people, or they had to actively put in the effort to not support their content. But I feel like with R. Kelly, that was like, I would say one of the first modern day cancels where it was just like, okay, I know you want to hear that song, but you just can't.
Ain't even
just
gonna
sing it.
hold you. Ain't just even gonna hold you. He's in jail now. If a R. Kelly song just happened to come on, but because I'll say this, one, it's not gonna come on to like autoplay, but I might have had it downloaded from years ago, and it may come on if I shuffle my library. I cannot say that I'm not gonna let it play. He in jail. Justice was served. What more do they want?
I
but
recently
if he's
did skip
profiting
a
from the
song that he was
stream, then I'm
on.
gonna be like,
I was like,
I have skipped his part. Like it was him and it was Same Girl by him and Usher. I would say I don't think it's just no songs by himself. So I had to listen to Same Girl by Usher.
I do think like if it was another artist, then that's kind of different because he's written so many songs for so many other people. It would be really hard to like not. I mean, I feel like we don't even know how much he's really written. But like, if the artist says R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, no, absolutely not. There will be no bumping
I
and
told y'all
grinding.
the last time that I listened to a friend of mine. I listened to a friend of mine the original and the remix with Ronald Isley and R. Kelly. R. Kelly's just on the end of it, but
I'm weak.
He in jail. I feel like we can listen to it now because he's in jail.
Me, no thanks. I feel like that's the only reason with R. Kelly is because he got away with it for so long because of that mentality. People were like, "Oh, it's okay. We can still listen to his music. We can still he's in court right now, but we can still listen to his music." So that's the only that's my big blockage with R. Kelly specifically, because that behavior or that thinking is what continued his behavior, his ridiculous, vile, nasty ass behavior. So that's really the only person where I'm like, ooh, yeah.
I also don't listen to Tory Lanez anymore, and I really love.
You don't listen to who?
I don't listen to Tory Lanez. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't listen to Tory Lanez either.
I can't remember which chick tape it was, but one of them had a grip
Probably
on me,
3.
and I had to let go. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I really can't listen to this no more."
I know.
That hurt my heart.
Ooh, I be singing them though. I do be singing chicks say, "I ain't telling you to ride, but tonight." I be ooh,
because Apple Music will put him. You know, now they have the little infinity, the little autoplay. They'll put Tory Lanez in the autoplay, and I have to like actively skip those. It's not things that's not. I don't. Do y'all know what I'm talking about when I say the autoplay? Do y'all do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Girl,
I
we're not
just got
50.
Apple Music, but I'm learning.
Looking at me like y'all ain't know what it was. Or maybe I
I was just like, yeah. Yeah, no. But yeah, I would say I'm kind of like I don't it's not that I don't have any thoughts about it, but like Jametra said, it's very subjective because what I think is cancelable, someone else may not care about those type of things. And I think the problem with cancel culture as a thing is that people are trying to push what they have canceled on other people. Like there's a lot of people in this world. There's what, billion something. You cannot. All of us are not going to be on one accord.
Close to 8.
We are not going to be able to be on one accord. So you trying to force me to cancel somebody because they did something that you didn't like is ridiculous. Yes, there may be certain things where we should all kind of be like, whoa, like the R. Kelly thing. But hey, there's also still people that are not like, whoa. But like some people, even with that, they don't care.
Then it's like, then I'm quite like, okay, but you as a person. Then I'm just looking like, okay, so you don't feel no way? Like, that's weird to me, personally.
And some people can do the separate artists from Blase, from
when
whatever.
You know he's thinking about little girls. Like, please, no.
Yeah.
Asian nothing but numbers. Come on now.
He's a particular case for sure. Okay, let's go on to the next question.
I'll let everybody maintain.
Okay, so next question. Do you think cancel culture works? Why or why not?
It absolutely works. And the baby is a prime example. When I say that man was groveling after he realized, so when it all happened, he thought it wasn't real. Like, he was like, man, fuck y'all. 50 Cent then came to his aid. Everyone's like, he's like, fuck y'all, da 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 da. Then these people's like, oh, okay. And he started losing money for real. Now his ass be groveling. Now the last time he did some fucked up shit to his baby mama, he putting a post out there telling to any business partners who may see this. Da-da-da. Yeah, your ass is groveling. Your ass is groveling. so I say this. Sometimes it works. It just depends on what community you affect. If you affect a community who has power, you might want to watch it out for yourself.
Yeah, I don't be seeing
if it's a black person, you probably be okay. I mean, but like if it's the black community, you probably will be okay because white people.
Yeah, I feel like the solidarity on our end really be kind of shaky. I will say, I haven't really been seeing Daniel Caesar for real.
Yeah, he told us to cancel us. He told us to cancel him. He can stick with his white audience since he told the black people to cancel him.
Mm-hmm.
He said do it. He said, y'all not gonna cancel me, do it. All right, bitch. Canceled.
And he's also not como se dice? What did Tasia say? She was like, he's not that cute. So that plays a part into it because it's like if he was fine, it would have been a little bit harder for people to just go ahead and cancel him.
Facts. Yeah, that is true.
So, but he just had too much things going against himself for him to say that. Yeah. He should have knew. Like,
and then you were sticking up for Yes Jules of all people
out here. Right.
Literally.
Honestly, I feel like it doesn't work more than it does because I feel like because everything is so sensationalized and news moves on a daily basis, once enough time passes, it's like nothing ever happens.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I would say it depends on the. I'm gonna just say it depends on the community it affects.
And honestly, to piggyback off that, I think it only matters if you offend the gays.
Yeah, or the whites.
I will say cancel culture in like Hollywood works because once you're blackballed, they be getting people up out of here. But I feel
to an extent,
when you do it like by race or something like that, like, but once you get blackballed in Hollywood.
The thing is getting blackballed. You could do a lot of shit and you don't get blackballed. You do a whole lot of shit. The thing is you actually getting there. So I am.
The stuff they get blackballed for is it'd be crazy. Like it just be
it'd be like ridiculous
things.
Who
you are, what you look like. Yeah. That type of stuff.
I think that it works to an extent based off of those that. Works to an extent because when it does work, it doesn't last that long. It really is case by case, but it usually doesn't last that long. And also it works to an extent because like what Jametra said, it really depends on what community you offend. And I have come to realize if you offend the LGBTQ plus community or if you offend I'll say Jewish. Those two. We saw Nick Cannon get kicked the fuck out of Viacom. They said, out of here. Those two communities, Those two, everybody else, they don't give a goddamn about. If you offend LGBTQ plus or the Jewish people, your ass is grass.
But I feel like that's also just because a lot of Jewish people run a lot of things, not because America necessarily cares.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. So bless you. Oh, did
bless
she sneeze?
You.
Bless you, baby. Do you want us to pause it?
Yes.
Want us to pause it? Okay. So with that being said, what we just talked about, do you think, based off your answers, do you think cancel culture is necessarily real then?
It's real for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like.
So you don't think
like
it's real
said,
based off of the definition? Gotcha.
No.
My bad.
Because people don't get on one accord like that.
Yeah.
I agree.
We as a world do not. Solidarity is not a strength of ours as a country, a continent, hemisphere. None of that. I have never seen everybody get on one accord about one thing ever. So
yeah, me either.
Super subjective.
Me either. Yeah. I'm trying to think of who I have canceled. I don't know.
Definitely R. Kelly, definitely Tory Lanez. That's like the only people I could think of that I've.
For 110 Tory Lanez. Fuck that nigga.
Yeah. I think my list is kind of low.
Yeah.
There's people I dislike. And I kind of don't gel with them, but cancels, no.
I got a question, guys. It has nothing to do with cancel culture. It just came up to me. Is JT and Uzi still together?
Yeah, he just bought her a new car.
Oh, he did? Because I was going to say, because at one point, JT was trying to put us like that little miniature man. She was
I think she just gave it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she gave up.
Good.
Yeah, I think she gave up. Yeah, because she probably was getting comments, and she probably decided to just keep that.
Leave that little small man over there, ma'am. I get it that you're a shorty. You did not have to go get the smallest man on earth. You did not have to.
I'm fucking weak. I'm weak. Yeah, okay, so do you think that some people are above cancel culture?
No.
I think that's also subjective.
I don't.
You don't think there's no one there's above? You don't think there's anyone out there that's above it?
Maybe Beyonce, but I'm gonna say it because of this. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I say it's subjective just because I feel like if the right amount of information or the right type of information came out about someone, in my eyes, they can be canceled. Do I feel like there are people that it would be really hard to cancel? Yes, Beyonce, Obama.
She don't even fucking talk to us, so how could you possibly cancel her?
Like people like that. Like I feel like it would take a lot to cancel
Obama.
Right.
Oh, well, he's already. Well, Obama is canceled by a lot of people, so that I wouldn't use Obama because he's a politician. Politicians are easily cancelable, and a lot of people don't like Obama. So,
well, Obama still gets a check every motherfucking month. Okay, so
I can see Oprah. People no, because a lot of people don't fuck with Oprah either. They canceled her. Yeah, so maybe Beyonce. But like I said, she don't talk to us. Where are we gonna cancel her from?
Yeah,
when she was talking about how in that interview how she wanted to be a whale. Like, what was we gonna cancel her for?
Giving us 8 counts in the throat, and like, what she doesn't do anything. So
yeah.
Well, like
talk too damn much.
Y'all never see her addressing no room or getting on Twitter talking about her business. You're on Instagram talking about her business. She posts her selfies and go.
You know who I think has had good enough stuff come forward about them and things that they've said, things that they've done. Nicki Minaj. I think she is above. I think she low key, high key is uncancelable or in the nature of Beyonce. But the difference between her and Beyonce is Beyonce don't say shit. Nicki Minaj says shit, and she still doesn't get canceled. Beyonce doesn't get canceled because she don't. I mean, she quite frankly doesn't do anything.
There's nothing
it's going to be hard to cancel her.
Up that,
but she's up high enough where people are like,
And I'm gonna say, I don't think it's because of Nicki Minaj. It's Nicki Minaj. I think it's because of her stings, the Barbs. I should never even said their name.
You shouldn't
have. No, I'm serious. Those people are cutthroat. They're ruthless. The thing,
they're crazy.
I feel like the people who could cancel Nicki Minaj, they don't want to because now Sarah,
their whole address is out.
Right, Sarah, who in her room all pink, only listen to Nicki Minaj and become like a Dungeon Dragon. Then found her address and posted it on the internet to all her other Barb fans, and then now Juan the Barb is like, oh, that lady live next door to me. Y'all want to ride up? No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
It's been so much over the years, and it's just
but what I will say about Nicki Minaj, the people who are not Barbs, mostly on Twitter where stuff be getting to her, it just be really stressing her out that where she need to, they be talking shit about her.
No, yeah. I feel like there's a clear, I feel like you have people that, obviously you have the Barbs that fuck with Nicki Minaj to a key. But I think over the past years, she is losing fans that are outside of the Barbs. Her fans are like damn near 100% Barbs now. Everyone else that wasn't a Barb, that was a fan, is slowly, quickly dwindling out, and they don't fuck with her.
Exactly, because let me say this: she was on the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I don't think she did a bad job for that not to be what she did. I don't think she did a bad job. I actually would have preferred her to have 2 episodes instead of Andy having 3 episodes. So I don't think she did a bad job. But then after the fact, first everybody was side-eyeing her because she wanted to talk about husbands, and we like, nah, ma'am. We can ask all the questions. We can ask a lot of stuff. But the H word, you should not.
You might want to shut the fuck up.
Because, but they still was like, okay, you still did a good job on here. But then the lady, at the end of the day, at the end of the night, want to get on talking about something, trying to talk about Candy Girl's husband, ma'am. You don't want to
gotta flame you.
Exactly.
Now we gotta flame you.
Hey, we were trying to let you ride out, but you talking about something. He need to sit down. What your husband needs to stop trying to blackmail that lady. You want to talk about what husbands need to do? Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about what Kevin needs to
do. Exactly. You need to give that lady her money. Okay? And tell your husband to make sure he keep registering it as a sex offender. If he needs to live at a different home than you because your address keeps getting out, then so motherfucking be it.
Boom.
Okay?
Boom. And there we have it.
Talk about husbands. So that's why I was like, she might be above cancel because you don't hear about people saying, oh, I'm not listening to Nicki Minaj anymore or I'm not supporting Nicki Minaj anymore. They just gonna hurt the bitch feelings. So if she got to come on here every day defending herself. So her cancellation is different.
It's very, very different. Because at one point people would never ever think to talk to Nicki Minaj or say the things that they say about Nicki Minaj that they do now. Now they just don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Okay, so this is the last question of the night. Do you feel like, because based on the definition, it does say, let me go back to it, says a modern internet phenomenon. So do you think that cancel culture goes outside of social media, or can it go outside of social media? Do you think it's only strictly social media, Twitter, Instagram, and once you get out, nobody gives a fuck? Nobody gives a damn.
It has if it was done correctly, the baby situation showed you that it can go outside of social media because that man was losing millions of dollars. He had to come back groveling to them white motherfuckers who he was talking shit about. When it was just 1 or 2 festivals, he was like, yeah, oh fucking K. But now my whole calendar is clear for the rest of the year. Let's
wait.
I'm sorry. He's like, okay, now everybody, we've done.
Whoa.
Don't you think we're being a little bit hasty?
Are you sure this is what you want to do? Who are you going to replace me with?
We're over here going to freaking media training. He over here doing sensitivity training, trying to get himself together.
And clearly it didn't work because Danny Lane.
Right. So that's something it has a power to, but most of the time it won't go past social media.
Yeah, I completely agree. With Jametra, I just feel like if it gets big enough and it gets enough, if enough people see it and acknowledge it, then it can definitely reach more than social media.
Yeah, I agree. I think DaBaby is an anomaly. Because if you think about, I think DaBaby and R. Kelly are the anomalies. They are the outliers. According to trends and according to the graphs, no, it does not go outside of social media. And I'll give a good example, Dave Chappelle. My nigga, I think he still got his Netflix special. He still was selling out shows.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, now that I think about it, if I don't know, I never listened to or whatever, I didn't watch the special, so I don't know exactly what it was that he said, and I didn't go into it because I quite frankly didn't care. But if I can remember, didn't he say something about the trans community? So now that I think about it, maybe it's only LGB. Not the T and the Q.
Not the whole crew.
No, not the whole crew.
I didn't listen to it. That's I didn't listen to it either. So that's I didn't really say nothing about it. But I heard mixed reviews on it from people. So from some people were saying that he was just trying to say cancel culture isn't real, but just use trans as an example. They were trying to say, like, even though it blew up to be that, that's not really how he meant it, or
that's not that wasn't the joke.
Portray. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about trans people.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So that when I said that just made me remember, like in my first, I said how if you go against these communities, so maybe it's just the lesbians, the bisexuals, and the gays, because we already know society is transphobic. So, if you go against the lesbians, the bis, and the gays, then watch it in the Jewish. Relax, because they're gonna come get you. We gonna
find
yeah.
you. You can run and
tell that when it's home, boy.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, that was the last question. So
word of the day.
Word of the week.
Yeah.
Not word of the day.
If you wanna be smart and you wanna know how to speak, you come and not that complicated for the word of the week. Boom, kids. Yeah. All right. Today's word, it might be familiar to you. Maybe not, but that's why we're here. It's galvanize.
Bitch, it might be. Oh, galvanize. Nice. Sorry.
Relax. All right. Spelled Galvanize. It is a verb, and it means to cause, in parentheses, people to take action on something that they're excited or concerned about. Used in a sentence, the council's proposal to close the library has galvanized the town's residents. So make sure you use that in your vocabulary this week. Yes. You know, give SAT, give ACT, give thesaurus. So.
Give dictionary, give Webster. Okay. Let the people know that you are educated and smart and you read your dictionary when you was a kid. Okay. All right. So now for Not That Complicated. It's been a while that we've done one of these scenarios. Oh no, I zoomed out. What is this? Okay, so I'm going to preface this. This Not That Complicated was inspired by a tweet I saw. That's all I'm going to say. This is not personal. Okay? This is not happening. I just saw a tweet, and from this tweet, I was like, I'm going to flip it and reverse it, and boom. Okay, so For today's not that complicated. Say you're in a relationship and your partner, so you guys, obviously you guys are sexually active and they want to try something new. You guys have kind of been going through the motions. You've done some things, tried out some things, and now they're like, you guys have a very open sexual relationship. So they're like, hey, babe, I'm going to try something new. And you're like, okay, what? And they say, I want to have sex at a cemetery.
Okay. No, man.
Hold on, wait, I'm not done. I'm not done yet. So you're kind of like, cemetery. You may possibly be thinking, oh, you just want to have sex in the car at a cemetery. No, they tell you, no, I mean, like, I want us to have sex on the cemetery grounds on someone's tombstone. It either has to be one of my loved ones, family member, or one of yours. What should
I'm not doing that. That is
and honestly, I'm breaking up with you.
Honestly, that is so rude.
Weird. You obviously have some kind of issues within yourself, and I don't know what other ways it may manifest, and I don't want any parts. No, ma'am.
I agree.
Because not only is that weird, but that is so disrespectful.
So disrespectful. Yes. No, I totally agree. I would be like, fuck you, bye. That's weird.
And then that's really just having sex out in the open, like cemeteries.
Literally, like if you wanted to do that so bad, clearly it's not about you wanting to have sex out in the open. It's about you specifically wanting to have sex at a cemetery. Because if you wanted to have sex out in the open, you could have said the woods. You could have said anywhere.
Doing some hoodoo voodoo shit.
All of the factors involved are giving single.
Yeah,
facts. I agree. Yeah, no. I agree. I saw a tweet and it was a video of people having sex on a tombstone. So, yep, outside, and it was in the daylight. It wasn't even nighttime.
My stomach is tussling.
Yep, I was like, wow, you niggas are dirty as fuck.
Trifling,
nasty, vile, disgusting creatures. Hope they lock y'all asses up. Yo, booty y'all out on the. Ooh. You just nasty. You had the pants to the ankles and everything. Didn't even try to pull it out through the pants. It's pants to the ankles. Booty out. Just booty out. Disrespectful. But yeah, that is the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you were able to get different perspectives, different insights. Hopefully you were able to have this conversation with your friends, your peers. That's what we're here for, thought-provoking conversations for the people. Make sure if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you give us a rating and you leave a comment for us to let us know how you feel about the show. And if you're listening anywhere else, make sure you are subscribed to our podcast. Make sure you are also following us on Instagram and you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Not That Complicated Pod. Everything is in the Instagram bio. So if you ever forget, you can do it there. And if you're feeling fancy, you can follow the host. You can follow me at Sotasia, SEAUXTEJAH.
And me at 2_ Jametra, JAMETRA.
And you can follow me on all social media platforms at Moashco. That's MOASHCO. You already know, coming through the door, drop it to the floor. About to give you mo. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye. Adios.
Deuces.